Hello, everyone. Welcome to Durrett's Take. I'm sorry I didn't post a recap of the NFL week this past week. I decided I'm not going to do that for the rest of the season now, since there's a lot of teams or a lot of games to where they don't matter as much because teams are tanking versus playing teams that are playoff worthy and all that. But obviously, I'm still going to do my NFL predictions for each week for the remainder of the season. Let's get started with the Thursday night football game tonight between the Rams and the 49ers, are 3-point favorites. This is a big game. The loser of this game probably will miss the playoffs. Plus, this is a good rivalry game because both head coaches are kind of similar to each other. I mean, both innovative, offensive minded, both quality coaches. The Rams won the first matchup in come from behind fashion. With this game being in San Francisco, I can see the 49ers winning. The problem is the injuries. I know it was an issue in the Bears game, but the Rams fully loaded are better than the Bears. And I feel the 49ers won't be able to stop the Rams. Therefore, I'll take the Rams to win a close game and keep themselves alive in the playoff race. I have them winning 27-24. Next on Sunday, you get the Ravens, who are 16-point favorites, versus the Giants. The Ravens are coming off a bye week, and they're playing a team that wants to, frankly, get the number one pick. So there's no slip up here for Baltimore. They win and cover. I have them winning 31-10. Next, you got the Jets, who are 3.5-point favorites, versus the Jaguars. Back in 2021, these two teams battled for who gets the number one overall pick, and the Jaguars, of course, ended up having it, and they got Trevor Lawrence. This time, I think since the Jets, despite the losses, have been playing decent, they'll win this game, and once again, the Jaguars will have the higher draft pick than the Jets. I have the Jets winning 27-17. Next, you get the Cowboys versus the Panthers, who are 3-point favorites. This is the first time in a long time that the Panthers are favorites in the game, and I can understand why. The Cowboys know their heartbreaking loss to the Bengals on Monday Night Football ended their chances of sneaking into the playoffs at all. So the Panthers, who have been playing well, are going to come in and play better football, and I'll take Carolina to get the win. I have them winning 24-23. Next, you get the Commanders, who are 7.5-point favorites, versus the Saints. The Commanders are very lucky. They get the Saints a little banged up, no Taysom Hill for the season, obviously, but now quarterback Derek Carr has a fractured hand and he's not going to play. And as we saw early this season, when Derek Carr doesn't play into the backup quarterback, then the Saints just look awful. So therefore, the Commanders, coming off a bye week, should get this win and keep themselves in the mix for the wild card. I have them winning 31-13. Next, you get the Bengals, who are 5-point favorites, versus the Titans. This is actually an interesting matchup. The Titans head coach used to be the Bengals offensive coordinator for years, so they know each other very well. I think he will scheme up a way to score a lot of points against the Bengals defense. But the difference in quarterbacks is the reason why I'll take the Bengals to win this game. I'll have them wait 27-20. Next, you got the Chiefs, are 4.5-point favorites, versus the Browns. With another win, the odds are very high that the Chiefs will have the number one seed in the playoffs. However, playing the Browns in Cleveland is very tricky. They beat both the Steelers and the Ravens in Cleveland. With the Chiefs' clear flaws, Kansas City could easily get upset in this game. However, since the Chiefs find a way to win close games, I think that'll probably happen once again. So I'll take Kansas City to win 21-19. Next, you got the Dolphins versus the Texans, who are 3-point favorites. The Dolphins must win out to have a legitimate chance at the playoffs, and that could happen if they win this game. The Texans will win a division, so they have as much to play for per se, except for seed and stuff. But I can see Miami getting the upset here. But with Houston coming off a bye week, I think Houston will figure out a way to get the win, either winning 24-23. Next, you get the Colts versus the Broncos, who are 4-point favorites. Same situation for the Colts. They must win out in order to have a chance for the playoffs. The Colts are what's interesting here is that Denver's offense has been on a roll recently, and the Broncos' defense is obviously good at forcing turnovers. So with Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson being so inconsistent, I think Denver gets the win to put themselves in a very good position to essentially clinch a playoff spot. I have them winning 27-23. Next, you get the Patriots versus the Cardinals, who are 6-point favorites. The Cardinals are on life support for the playoffs since they won't have the tiebreaker over Seattle. That means they really must win out to get in, and hopefully Seattle drops a few games. The problem is Arizona's offense continues to remain inconsistent. They keep on struggling in the red zone. Since they've been playing good teams, I would figure they get back on track and get to a bad team. I'm not sure if they cover the spread or not because the Patriots are a little 5 seed and they come off a bye week, but I see their 3-game losing streak coming to an end, either win 20-16. Next, you get the Bills versus the Lions, who are 2.5-point favorites. If you're a Bills fan, it's very alarming to have a bad defensive performance against the Rams like what transpired this past Sunday. If the Rams can put up 44 points, imagine what an elite Lions offense can do. Since Detroit's defense is banged up, the Bills will score a lot, and this could be another game where both teams score in the 40s. But I'll take the home team to barely get the win here. I have them winning 45-42. Next, you get the Buccaneers versus the Chargers, who are 3-point favorites. The Buccaneers have been rolling on offense, but they may have some struggles against a good Chargers defense. Plus, I think the Chargers match up well in this game. The Chargers, despite no J.K. Dobbins, will try to run the ball a lot and be able to time possession and keep Tampa Bay's offense on the sidelines. So as long as the Chargers don't settle for too many field goals in this game, I think they can get the win to lock up a playoff spot, either winning 20-19. Next, you get the Steelers versus the Eagles, who are 5.5-point favorites. The battle for Pennsylvania. The Eagles better be careful here. They're struggling this year in the first quarter, and if they fall behind early, it'll be hard to overcome that against a good Pittsburgh Steelers defense. The Eagles' passing game in general needs to improve as well, since it's basically the Saquon Barkley show now. Mike Tomlin as an underdog is a very good bet, so I think the Steelers will make this very interesting. It's where this is my upset pick. I have Pittsburgh winning 19-17. Next, you get the Packers, or 2.5-point favorites, versus the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. The Seahawks have been on a roll recently, but I think this is where they could slip up and open the door in the NFC West race. The Packers' only losses are against the Lions twice, the Vikings, and the Eagles. Their offense is really, and they're all close games. The offense is really good, so I feel they'll be able to outscore Seattle to win, either winning 31-27. Next, on Monday Night Football, we got 2 Monday Night Football games this time. We got the Bears versus the Vikings, who are 7-point favorites. I hate when Monday Night delivers bad games, and you can mark this game as a game to potentially not watch. The Bears have kind of given up on the season at this point with the OC head coach out and the way they looked against 49ers last week. And Minnesota at home, is trying to win a division, so they'll get themselves a good win here, winning 28-10. And then last but not least, the Falcons, who are 4-point favorites versus the Raiders. The Falcons are on a losing streak right now, and the main reason for that is because of quarterback Kirk Cousins and his turnover issues. If there was a game Cousins could get right, or at least the team ends the losing streak, this would seem to be the game. I think the Falcons finally break out of their slump and get a win to stay alive in their division race, either winning 26-17. So thank you very much for listening to my podcast today. Please subscribe to my channel to learn about me. Very soon I'll come out with my college football playoff and bowl projections, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.